How do you guys feel it? I feel it. All right, next I wanted to have Sasha come up here. You know, I implore you guys, you know, besides what she has, all the words of wisdom she has to share here, you know, she's got some great videos online. Go check up the Red Lake Treaty Camp. You know, watching those videos, they're very powerful. We're going to have a website put up here called SaveTheMississippi.com, which will be a website I'll talk about again in a little bit, but just basically, we want you just, you don't want to get involved in protesting, just go there, share your stories and enjoy, you know, share stories of the Mississippi and how much you love the Mississippi River. You know, share stories of all your memories, you know, in case something was to happen, we don't have them anymore. But I think once you start sharing those stories on SaveTheMississippi.com, you'll start to remember and connect with the river and start to remember and realize why all these people are protecting it. Without further ado, Sasha. Hello.
My name is Sasha Bolio. I'm from the Red Lake Nation. Me and my hubby here, we've been fighting Line 3Y. Started back in 2017, but the fight really started ramping up in December. So we've been out there. We were out there in 65 below by the river. It flows north to Millions in the 1863 treaty territory. And in the 1855 treaty territory, the Mississippi River flows south to Millions. So these two rivers, these two territories affect millions of people. This isn't an indigenous issue. This is a human issue. Our water is it's disappearing in front of our eyes all over the world here. We're in a mega drought. We just went into a level 5 stage of a drought here in northern Minnesota. Fire could be sparked in 500 degrees. Those machines run at 1,000 degrees. We're asking for the permit of construction to be stayed due to the high risk of fire right now. We're trying to stop them in any way we can. We're trying to stop them in the courts. We're trying to stop them by being at the sites. We've done protesting. We've done all different types of things to try to stop them, yet our words seem to be unheard yet. We're still fighting. We got unfortunate news that all the river crossings were done last week, I believe it was done, but there's still a lot of work to be done. There's still months of work to be done. Like Standing Rock, it was years before they actually stopped the flow. I'm not even sure if it's still stopped yet, so you know that's still in a court thing. But we don't want this river, this oil to flow through our river. One of the last few words LaDonna told me is don't let oil go through this pipe. So we're doing everything we can to stop this. There's still time. We know as Indigenous people that this time on Earth is coming to the 7th fire prophecies. We're coming to the end here, and we don't mean to be like a doomsday type people, but our spirits tell us it's time right now. You know, you look at science, look at news, look at the weather, look at everything. Everything is changing all around us. When are we used to smog? When are we used to fire here? There's earthquakes in Wyoming now? I mean, it's just crazy times, and it's time right now. If we're gonna save the world for our grandkids, we gotta do it right now. If we wait for 50 years, I don't know if there's going to be 50 years left. The time is now. We have to stop it now. There's a media blackout. They're really trying to keep it hush what's going on. They're trying to hurry up and get this done before people start finding out. People are still finding out just here in Minnesota. There's people coming from Florida, Washington, Alaska. They're coming from all over the place, but our own people here in Minneapolis have no idea what's going on in northern Minnesota. They're sucking our rivers and lakes dry. They're dewatering all of the rivers and the lakes right in the middle of a drought. It just blows my mind. The pure disregard from the Minnesota PUC, from the Minnesota DNR, from Army Corps. We're asking them to stay the permit for construction. So we're really working hard. We're still trying to do some awareness pieces. We're still up at the Red Lake Treaty Camp. People are welcome to come and check it out. We're over by Thief River Falls. We have a page, Red Lake Treaty Camp page. We also have one on Instagram. Yeah, so just stay contacted with us. This fight isn't over yet. We're getting to the nitty gritty of it all, but we still have time to save our water. It's not over yet. I don't know if you all noticed, but this water is going down and down by the day, and it hurts my heart every single day this isn't a normal thing. This mega drought, there's never been a mega drought in the United States before. This is caused by climate. This is caused by climate change, caused by fossil fuels. This is all man-made problems we're having here today, and we're the only ones that can stop it. So I implore you to look more into what we're doing here with Stop Line 3 here. Some of us have been doing this for years, and some of us are going to do this till we die. And I just hope that we don't have to fight for clean water until I'm a grandma. You know, I hope that one day we can all have clean water. It's scary. All of our springs are being poisoned, shut down. It's just really scary seeing the water up north being poisoned, and we're not even able to use some of our lakes right now. So I just really want everybody to come up and check it out and be part of it. Like John said, you can be a part of it down here. There's awareness, a lot of awareness things we do down here. So just stay alert on the page at stopline3.org. Honor the Earth. MN350 does things. There's tons of Stop Line 3 things that go on right here in Minneapolis. So thank you all for being here, and Iguabam and Minoa.
Round of applause. Yeah, and that's just the thing. I mean, there's so much to unpack there. I mean, you know, Enbridge basically, you know, asked for 500 million gallons of water to pump out, and here we are in the middle of the drought. And now news has come out. Only some news channels, you know, because we're afraid some news are being paid by advertising dollars, so they don't want to cover this news. But, you know, they pump more than 500 million gallons of water. They've pumped over 5 billion. 5 billion gallons of water. We're in a drought, guys. You know, and here's the thing. I mean, you know, people talk about a slippery slope. The thing is, we're way past that. You know, this is kind of the last line. You know, I work in climate change in the Pacific, and I dropped all that to come back here because what I see here is this is kind of a disaster. And if this continues on, you know, this is going to be more and more of your rights, more and more of your privileges, more and more of your lands and lakes poisoned. This never ends until you stop it. And we have two choices. You know, we can stop and wait for a disaster and hit rock bottom. You know, just like like sometimes when people are addicted, you have to hit rock bottom in order to recover. But you know, sometimes we can wake up early. You know, recorrect our compass and start going in the right direction. And sometimes it's just as simple as just, you know, taking one step at a time. I know this sounds insurmountable, but I think the first thing is just take a break. You know, forget everything you think you know about this unless you're already involved in it. If you're new to this, just start researching, get information, and then I implore you, I plead for you, and I beg of you, get involved. I would love for you to be involved, even just to go visit the camps. Like we said, you don't have to be there standing and defending the water. You can stand in ceremony, you can observe, but I promise you, you know, you'll be a changed person once you participate and just watch and just learn. You know, if you're not spiritual, you'll walk away spiritual if you come there with an honest and open heart and open mind. You know, so, you know, the biggest thing we can do here in Minneapolis, I mean, you know, all it takes is one person, and it might not be you, but maybe you've got a friend that's got a friend that knows so-and-so, and that person can get it on this news channel, and this other person over here, they go ahead and contact this person, and they know the Attorney General, and they're just like, hey, you know, take a look at this, you know, let's do this. You know, everybody just puts in a little bit of effort. I promise you this will change. So again, you know, let's check out MN350, stopline.org. You know, there's a bunch of websites out there, check it out. Later, I'll be posting stuff on SaveTheMississippi.com. Check it out. You know, it's a different way of looking at it. You know, we're trying to find a way to get people involved that are just, you know, protesting sounds too intense for them. There's no protesting there. All we're going to do is have you share your stories in Mississippi, and have you learn about what's going on Line 3, and maybe then, you know, you can make a decision on what your next steps are going to be. But again, you know, mahalo nui loa. Thank you very much for coming out here. I appreciate and love every one of you guys, and I appreciate all the protesters and people, our defenders. You know, I hate how they use the word protesters, and I just use it myself from watching the media. But I don't understand why protecting our water and our resources is a protester. You know, I think a mother snapping at someone who's hurting her child would just be called a mother. I think it's the same thing here. You know, this is just a protector. You know, we're just trying to protect Mother Earth. So, thank you guys again. Mahalo. Love you. Aloha. Just a couple more words real quick.
Sorry about that. Just sneak in one quick word. Pushu, ani, Gitegones, Ichigakwe, Indigenous House, Makwen, My name is Tara Widener. I am a veteran of the Navy. I was a corpsman. And I am Ojibwe from 1863 Treaty Area. I've been up at Red Lake Camp. There are things people can do. You don't have to go up to the camps. You can call your representatives down here. You can show up at events like this. And there's a big event going on right now as we speak. The water walkers from up at Firelight Camp up near the headwaters of the Mississippi. It was the first crossing of the pipeline of Mississippi at Coffee Pot Landing. They successfully shut down construction in June for 8 days. 50 people were issued a citation that day, and I walked out as well with my first citation, and I'm 52 years old. And those walkers again were up at Campfire Lights and again got cited, and at that point decided to walk down to the Capitol and take their plea right to the state capitol in St. Paul. So this is an invitation to everybody here, and tell your friends that on August 25th, those water walkers will be making their way to the Capitol. And so you're all invited. I know that on the press releases and everything, it says that they'll be there at 2 p.m. But I have a feeling they might be around a little bit longer. So come early, stay late, and miigwech. Thank you all for showing up and all of the work you have done, and are going to do in the future. Miigwech, chi miigwech. Igawam.